Mark Simpson.
Colourful Radio.
I'm Etan and you're locked into Culture Mark, where the message is in the music. And I'm not afraid. If them a come, make them come. Culture Mark of the music for them one by one. Keep it locked.
Accurate. This is Kabaka Pyramid, and right now you're listening to the message in the music with the one and only Culture Mark. I would say Black History Studies is a must at all times. Accurate. So that's it.
Now lately I heard Culture Mark was playing, so I put on my shoes, my trousers, my shirt and came out. I found out that he was playing just round the corner from my road. Yes, my road. No, I know Culture Mark is playing. The only DJ keeps us moving, and what it means to me, Culture Mark won't let us down. He's the only Culture Mark in town. Yo, the message is in the music. Where? Colourful Radio. That you for now. Jackie Banton said so.
Hey, the conquering lion is here. Oh yes, to break every chains. Oh blessed love, it's your Naya man Bushman, and right now you got it locked to Culture Mark on Colourful Radio. The message is in the music. Keep it locked. Boy, people that suffer every way that I go, world crisis now. Boy, people are suffering. From with the and that we hear everyone I say, how can we survive from a minimum wage? We need a raise. I don't know, we are here the same promises say things are get better, but they can't find the answer. People still are suffer, and this nation can never hold no strength under the leaders of this alligator government, slaving the people with their mental tricks. Oh, this is a politics, yes. Oh, if it takes 1,000,000 years, Babylon have to pay. Oh Lord, no matter how much blood them brown, your fire still burn, your kingdom will prevail.
Culture Mark, represent for Black History Studies, and this is the message in the music show.
Boy, people that suffer every way that I go, world crisis now. Boy, people are suffering. Get tough from with the and that we hear everyone I say, how can we survive from a minimum wage? We need a raise. I don't know, we are here the same promises say things are get better, but they can't find the answer. People still are suffer, and this nation can never hold no strength under the leaders of this alligator government, slaving the people with their mental tricks. Oh, this is a politics, yes. Oh, if it takes 1,000,000 years, Babylon have to pay. Oh Lord, no matter how much blood them brown, your fire still burn, your kingdom will prevail. Oh, still I suffer. Every way that I go, world crisis now. Oh, people are suffering. Get tough from within, and that me hear everyone I say. How can we survive from a minimum wage? We need a raise. I don't know we are hear the same promises say things that get better, but they can't find the answer. People still a suffer, and this nation can never hold no strength under the leaders of this alligator government, slaving the people with their mental tricks. Oh, this is a politics, yes. Oh, if it takes 1,000,000 years, Babylon have to pay. Oh Lord, no matter how much blood them brown, your fire still burn. Your kingdom will prevail. Oh Lord, Lord. Who the Bible takes prophesied in the Bible. G8 study pure evil. Do rights and justice. How can we trust this? I've seen many fallen soldiers, many weeping mothers, caught up in the traps of life in the ghetto. Babylon go pitch them tent, depriving the people of their strength, crushing the people like defense, leaving them all without defense. Oh Lord, and it makes no sense. Budget they reading all that meant makes it hard for us to live. Everything's a deficit, Lord. If it takes 1,000,000 years, Babylon have to pay. Lord, Lord, Lord. No matter how much blood them shed, your fire burn real, and your kingdom will prevail. Oh Lord, Lord, see it. If it takes 1,000,000 years, Babylon have to pay. No matter how much blood them shed, the fire burn real, and your kingdom must prevail. Oh Lord, that you get tough from within, that me hear all the ill that they must say. Can't survive from a minimum wage. People them need a raise. Oh Lord, and to owe all the prices of island go up nowadays. Taxi fare soon raise. Lord, Lord. People just can't survive off this government policies. Oh, and this alligator government can't give no strength. They just can't give no strength. Conquering Lion of Judah. Oh well, conquering Lion of Judah. Culture mark. I say you conquer them. Hey, I say you conquer them. Oh, blessed love, it's in I am on Bushman, and right now you got it locked with Culture Mark on Colourful Radio. Yo, don't move your dial. Oh well, you conquer. I won't be no slave, no. I'd rather bury in my grave, why? Rather die as a brave for liberty. Hey, terrible in a diggity and but I not be them slave. Terrible in a diggity and but I rather die as a brave. When you see the buckle, happy good over evil. And the devil me a trample, evil get dismantled. And I see me a praise. Lenten outside days, I and gaze. Now I bring the fire start to blaze, Eden start to rage. Turn another page. I see the wise build his house on the rocks, while the fool builders on the sinking sand. Terrible in a diggity and but I
Okay, KK, it has to be done. From the top to the very last drop, greetings family and welcome to another Message in the Music show with me, your host, Culture Mark, aka Mark Simpson, aka Super Black Man from an organization called Black History Studies, educating the community to educate themselves. And tonight, family, we have a fantastic show. Live and direct from Jamaica, we will be having a conversation with the one, the only, the legendary Bushman. Keep it locked, he'll be up in about 25 minutes. But for now, we're just playing some Bushman. We started up top with World Crisis, and this is Terrible in a Gideon. Wicked tune. Listen, the message is in the music.
Slave. Terrible in a diggity and but I rather die as a brave. When you see the buckle you have to go over evil. And the devil me a trample, evil get dismantled. And I see me a praise. Lengthen outside days, I gaze. Now I bring the fire start to blaze, Eden start to rage. Turn another page. I see the wise on the rocks while the fool builders on the sinking sand. Terrible in a diggity and but I now be them slave. Terrible in a diggity and but I rather die as a brave. Never be them slave, rather bury in my grave. I rather die as a brave for the freedom of my people.
This is Colourful Radio.
1,000 million died in fight for freedom, and they still would like to kill 1,000 more. We've been enemies of our own for too long, my people. If we don't centralize this victory can be won. So I know it a got terrible. Turn another page. Terrible in a Gideon. It a go terrible. Gideon. It a go terrible in a Gideon. It a go terrible. Gideon. Hey, 1,000 million died in fight for freedom, and they still would like to kill 1,000 more. Too long, my people. If we don't centralize, this victory can be won. No, terrible.
Fantastic sounds of Mr. Bushman. The track is called Terrible in a Gideon. And tonight we're going to have a conversation with Mr. Bushman live and direct from Jamaica. But in the meantime, we're going to be playing some Bushman tracks to warm you guys up. The WhatsApp number for tonight, family, is 07931142755. Drop me a message. Drop me some questions if you want, if you've got some questions for Mr. Bushman. But for now, we're keeping it Bushman all the way. And the message is in the music. Listen.
Whoa, if chains and shackles, anguish and dazzle. We were carried beyond to a western region where we were sold. There we were enslaved. In the midst of my affliction, sought I out, and He set I free. Oh Lord, now I'm like a patriot on my mission. I'm using every power that I instilled in me. Earthquake in desolate places, their own plans will blow in their faces. Around me Babylon hammers down, the truth will tell it all.
Big up Mr. CT locked in, big up DT locked in, big up Charmaine locked in. Tonight's gonna be pure worries and problems, family. 07931142755. Drop me a message if you've got some questions for Mr. Bushman. But for now, like I said, tonight is gonna be pure worries and problem, and the message is in the music.
Yeah, hear me, uncle? God have mercy. The amount of divestment when we see a one white necks and private sectors that are take over. This governmental system only create the prostitutes and robbers and thieves. The amount of factories when we see closed down the other day, and people without jobs and weekend salaries. Why? Worries and problems. We get to youths are working hard to survive. Politicians still coming with bribe, but then the youths are holding on. Worries and problems. I get the youths are working hard to survive, but politicians still coming with bribe, but then the youths are holding on. Hey, why? As far as my eyes can see, the silent is in devastation. And only thing that they can do is try to convince this nation. So them come around time to time taking enumeration, just to call them election. And the dates that they move to IMF organization leave us in desolation. Hey, and our worries and problems. That's ghetto youths are working hard to survive, but then the system is just giving a fight. But all the youths are holding on. Our worries and problems. Then the youths are working hard to survive, but then the system is just giving a fight. Ghetto youths are holding on. Oh Lord, the city is congested with robbers and thieves, and so many homeless youths got nowhere to sleep. Yes, I also see them eating out of rubbish heaps, and cocaine and smugglers keep on roaming the streets. Why? And our worries and problems. I get to youths I work hard to survive.
This is Colourful Radio.
Keep on giving a fight. We get to youths are rolling on. Our worries and problems. I get to youths now get no blame. Give the youth a try. Hey, man, I'm telling you now, I see the youths are today. But the man and woman are tomorrow. Trust me. And when Babylon set a system where youths can't get no work, still I say I know them a turn to the gun and prostitution. Still I say I know I am. Yo, we see the youths them a hold on strong. We see the youths them a hold on strong. We see the youths them a hold on. Boy, boy, 'cause the worries and problems. God, the youths a work hard to survive, but then the system keep giving a fight. And I see, oh Lord, well, as far as my eyes can see, the silence is in devastation. And only thing that they can do is try to convince this nation. So them come around every day, I take them numeration.
Fantastic sounds of Mr. Bushman. And we're just lining him up to come in live. So keep it locked, family. We're gonna drop it just like this.
Lord have mercy. Whoa. talk coulda never get me down. And though they try to use me and abuse me, I leave them with the frown. Me bona fire pan a week at Babylon and the free talk coulda never get me down. And though they try to use me and abuse me, I leave them with the frown. The work goes for so long on them plantation, and me never get paid. Or gold they stole away, how many life them slay. Now them works and slap them in them face. Why are yes, you are your crew can go to well. Cause after we know under your colonial spell, and all those false doctrine that you compel. Hey, and all those books you stole away, all those kids you led astray. Wait on your judgment day. Bobby wrong, me bona fire pan a week at Babylon and them free talk coulda never get me down. And though they try to use me and abuse me, I leave them with the frown. Me bona fire pan a week at Babylon and them free talk coulda never get me down. And though they try to use me and abuse me, I leave them with the frown. See ya, get to youth me, I beg you be wise. Cause pirates them we strike by night. I want come trick you with them black and white. Whoa Lord, hey. But be careful what you sign, cause some things get you victimized, and it will get you paranoid. So burn them out, fire burn a week at Babylon and them free talk coulda never get me down. And though they try to use me and abuse me, I leave them with the frown. Me burn a fire burn a week at Babylon and them free talk coulda never get me down. And though they try to use me and abuse me, I leave them with the frown. Boy, 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 boy.
Fantastic sounds of Mr. Bushman.
The work was for so long on them plantation, and me never get paid.
You're here.
Or gold they stole away.
The message, family, the message.
Now the works they slap them in them face. Boy, them and them crew can go to well. Cause after we know under them colonial spell, and all those false doctrine that they compel. Yeah, yeah, well, all those books they stole away, all those kids they led astray. Well, wait on your judgment day. This and next time man, fire burn a week at Babylon and them free talk coulda never get me there.
All hail to Mama Africa, our love shall never dissolve. Africa, there she is, can never hide. Oh Mama, Mama Africa, say it.
Mama Africa,
Yeah. How are you doing, Mama?
Mama Africa.
Long time no see you, Mama.
Sister Charmaine.
In you there are so many kingdoms. Yeah. To me it's out of sight. And I say, Mama Africa. Yeah.
The world is locked in.
Sweet Mama.
Big up Peter Brown.
Mama Africa.
Kes. Sister Sandra Miller, Killer Miller is locked in the house.
You're the maker of gold. Mama.
Sister Sabine over there in Paris is locked in. Sister Kim over there in South London is locked in.
Mama, and you're the maker of precious stones. Mama Africa. How are you?
Sister Allah is locked in over there in Ireland. Ireland or Ireland?
Long time no see you, Mama.
Mr. Bushman, the legend, soon forward, so keep it locked, family. Big up Sister Kate, you'll soon hear him, man, don't worry.
Mama Africa. Yeah. How are you doing, Mama? I wanna know now, Mama Africa. Yeah. Long time no see you, Mama. Me no see you. I've been waiting, yearning, looking.
Nate the lyricist locked in.
To find you, I've been crying, praying, hoping.
Wow. So there we have it. That was Buju Banton with the legend that is Mr. Bushman, the living legend, as I would say. And without further ado, what we're going to do now, we're going to bring him into the fold and bring him into the fold. Welcome, Mr. Bushman.
Yes, sir, the pleasure is mine. Rastafari, the message is in music, you know.
Most definitely. Most definitely. Are you good, my brother, first and foremost?
Yeah, we're pulling through because, you know, the fittest, right now is the fittest at the fittest time, you know. So,
most definitely.
survival is the game.
Yes, I. And are you up there in St. Thomas at the moment? That is my parish, you know. I get some videos the other day of some river running past my estate, Albion estate there, just down there in Albion. And my grandfather also up there.
Yeah, man, always from the eastern side, you know. I love St. Thomas, you know.
Okay.
Regardless of the stigma that the so-called queen has put on St. Thomas, you know.
We hear you, my brother.
You know, St. Thomas, you know, we have some rebellious people. It's just that over a period of time, you know, they have been Europeanized, you know, because we adapt easily, you know. That's one of our weakness. We adapt easily. But we're still notorious and rebellious and radical. St. Thomas, Paul Bogle, well rebellious, you know.
Most definitely. Rasta. Yeah, my parish that we hail from. But the country's getting back on its feet, right?
Well, what can we say? You know, black people are survivors, you know. But, I mean, according to the legislations that are set and are put in place, it's hard for the average person survive. I mean, who rich already, you know, supposed to comfortable, you know, knowing that they have their money working for them. But the average person who does this 9 to 5, who's constantly out there grinding just to put the food on the table.
Yeah.
Those are the people who really face challenges within this time. You know what I mean?
Yes, my brother,
yes,
definitely. So,
yes,
let's get down into this because there's a lot of people been waiting for this, and I've been getting so many messages saying, "Wow, forward with the brother, no make me a walk one." So there is some people. I did get a message from Kate saying, "Who is Bushman?" I've heard of the name, but yeah, Kate is one of my sisterins from the longest time. But just for Kate, please tell her who is Bushman, and then we can move forward.
All right, but I'm not just for Kate alone, you know, because I still aware that there are millions of people in our world that really connect to Bushman. So for Kate and the rest of millions who are listening, who are just learning about Bushman. Bushman is the musical medicine man who hails from the parish of St. Thomas, which is, eastern when it comes to Jamaica and the geographical map. Bushman, the musical medicine man, the name wasn't given to me by my first producers. It wasn't given to me by myself, but my first producers. And when we do the research, we really find out, say, Bushman now, in West of Africa, Bushman is a medicine man. Never liking the name when the name was given to me because I thought it was just one pretty way for call me one country boy. We just start put the positiveness to the name and we start keep it positive, knowing that in West of Africa, the Bushman are musical medicine man, and then the Aborigines in Australia are called the Bushman. Been to Australia a couple of times, and there are so many Bushman products down there. Even the repellent, the mosquito repellents and stuff. The bush, them people, the Aborigines really create those because they have to fight mosquito daily. So that's one of the biggest products on the market. So we just start keep it positive, and ever since venturing into the business, I hearing a Bob interview and Bob saying, "Yo, if my life was to me alone, I don't want it, Then I always venture in the business, knowing that this platform I will use it to really exercise the things that affect us as people socially. So many voices cry out with no one to hear their plight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, right. So I tend to use the platform to be the voice of 100 million people who cries out and no one listens to them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So let me just
that is Bushman in a nutshell.
Okay, let me just tell you this. You underestimate yourself, It's not millions of people. It's just a handful of people don't know you right now. Because me make sure I fly the flag for Bushman from the longest time. I started off the...
but it's still, it's still I got have people where I go come to the discovery. Because you have people who don't really... them listen, even when they listen to genre, them have certain artists where them listen to. And as they go along, they would, discover new artists, what I say. So that's how it is.
Yes, and there's
people are always a discover Bushman.
Yeah, and we're talking about the younger generation because it's them normally that come to me and say, "Who is Bushman?" and me like the vibrations there and all the rest of it.
Yes, right.
Yeah. So tell me.
Well, one of the greatest things for me. All right, I think you should ask a question.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead. No, go ahead, brother. Go ahead. We're not stopping the flow. We're having a conversation.
One of the beautiful things for me is that I am still relevant within this time. It's like, for me, one of the greatest things is to know that my music is timeless and the kind of vibration that we bring to the table, it's timeless. So people will be always connected to that energy there. So the new generation were really are true seekers and really are dealing with soul music and the soul food of the music, the message from the music. They will discover Bushman, and that's what I'm grateful about,
Most definitely, because I was just about to say,
yes, sir.
I couple tracks back, I played the track called, wait name again, Extortioners.
Right.
Yeah, and how old is that?
Donovan Jermaine, Penthouse.
Yeah,
that track is about 15 years old.
There you go, and it's still relevant today, the message that was in the music.
Today.
Yeah, most definitely.
The message. Yeah, because, all right, a lot of people that see themselves in the Western world as, if they're born in England, they would say, I'm British. And if they're born in America, they would say, I'm Afro-American, and so on and so forth. But we're all Africans because dig this. Peter would have said it in a nutshell, like him would say, if you bring a breadfruit guy England, man, I steal breadfruit. But for me, it's like, would I say, if a goat born in a pig pen, you can't call that goat pig goat or goat pig. It's still a goat.
That's
You
right.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So don't care where you come from, as long as you're a black man, you're an African, you know what I mean? And the basis of we being in the Western world is transatlantic slavery. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reality of it. And when you can know where you're coming from, then you definitely can decide your destiny. You know?
Yes, sir.
Not that you're living in the past, but knowing your past depicts your future. And that is what it's all about. And as soon as our generation next grow up, and you know what I mean, we are going to have seeds that drop among rocks and seeds that drop among fertile soils and so on. And as the sun says, we still are going to have the true seekers who still see things through our eyes and still hunger for the truth and want to live accordingly. So then people are still going to come prounce upon the likes of Robert Nesta Marley, a Dennis Emmanuel Brown,
Yes, sir.
a Culture, a Burning Spear, and I am on Bushman, a Luciana, a Chronix, a Janine, you know what I mean? So
Yes, sir.
it's that energy, you know, we just keep the fire burning.
Well,
Rastafari.
saying that, it was Gregory Isaacs that actually got me to overstand myself as an African, because before that I didn't know what was going on, and I heard him sing the tune Border in about 1979, and he said, Africa, me want to go. And I said, really? But you're Jamaican, why you sing that? And that was the seed that was planted, and now it is what it is. Me have to seek out the music wherever it there, make the music myself, and make sure that the message gets passed on. Because they said that
Yes,
players
sir.
of instruments and singers, etc. You don't know.
Yes, and there is one big link within the music, because like we create the music, but they them have a platform which projects the music on the people, and selectors and radio personnel play such a great role, because the way you project the music, the when and the where and how it's being played, have a great deal to do with the people, because the message is in the music. And
Most definitely.
for me, like, music is the greatest teacher. You know what I mean? At times I would say this all the while. When you would teach a kid ABC or teach him to recite, him or her to recite, and you'll be like A, B, C, D, and that child will be boring. And as soon as you start singing A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, that child would learn so fast.
Yeah,
so you know that
melody.
this tool that we are all using is well effective. And the message is in the music.
Most definitely.
Yes,
So,
yes, sir.
question, my brother. What is your creative process like when you're vibing out and writing the tune? What is your creative process like? Because the album Conquering Lion, me wear it out now, you know. Me have to go get a next CD for the car, and because
Yeah, we're coming with new stuff. We're getting there with new stuff, you know. We have a whole lot of new stuff up our sleeve. I hope you have steam, because that is like one of the little snippets from a project that we really want to release in 420. That's next year, April, the 28th of April, which we all know, all ganja smokers supposed to know. We regard 420 as International Marijuana Day, and that is the day that we state as International Marijuana Day, knowing that in America, a 420 bus, when the cops are doing their breaks, a 420 is when they're making a marijuana bus.
Okay.
And so we have a 420, so this is how 420 is recognized as World International Marijuana Day. So we want to honor that day, and we really want to own that part of the year. You know, Bushman was born on the 22nd of April. Thanks. We love Stephen Marley, you know, and Stephen Marley was like a day before me. You know what I'm saying? So knowing that through Lighthouse, people point the Peter Touch sound there, which pushes me to do a tribute to Peter Touch. Bushman sings the Bush Doctor, which is quite significant, and we would like to really create an ambience around 420. We want to keep a thing called Bush Bash. We wanted to do it earlier this year, but the COVID-19. So hopefully next year, if we can do it virtually, we're seeking sponsorship and stuff to do Bush Bash virtually. I really want to get the bush doctor them to just talk about not just marijuana, but herbs in general.
Yeah.
I really like to have a nice show. If it's not going to be a mass gathering, we'd like to have it virtually.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So those are some of the things in the pipeline and new stuff, new visions where we have. You know what I mean? We're always working, always have new stuff we plan to come to the people with.
So
you know, but talking about the strategies of writing music, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, a typical day, just seeing people moving about and interacting with each other gives you an inspiration. I mean, the troubles and the problems that we all face as people, my friends, you know, people far out nearby. You know, and then sometimes the musical interlude speaks to you because the music is a composition also. I mean, whenever I'm the second composer, which music in business standard, you know, the first composer would be the person who brings the rhythm to you, and then you are going to write to the rhythm, so you automatically becomes the second composer. So when it's in a situation where I am the second composer, there's something in that rhythm that has to be speaking to me, and it brings you into a world, you know. I mean, it might speak to you and give you an energy of some form of racism that you have faced already, or it might, something in the rhythm might speak to you, and it speaks to you of a past energy of some form of slavery, or some form of, you want to speak of the transatlantic slavery which brings us here. You know, something might speak to you and you want to speak about love. I mean, intimacy within love. So, but when I'm the first composer now, when I sit down for my guitar to play something and thing, it would be just like a situation that would be grabbing at you for maybe, like for me, like I would read the newspaper and something dawned on me which I have to speak about. Like, for instance, at downtown, I love when rain fall. What really happened is that I was reading the newspaper and I learned that over 8 million was issued in U.S. to fix from Sovereign Center to the clock down by Halfway Tree. And at the time, it was like 56-1. So when we do my maths, I was like 8 times 56. Do the maths, 8 million U.S. times 56. And you just have fixed maybe about 3 to 4, 5 miles. And it doesn't change as it due. The whole of Warp Road is flooded. And 3 mile was like 34 million times 56 at the time. And 3 mile wasn't changed, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then automatically, when rain falls, the state of downtown is horrible.
My brother.
And then you know where it's coming from, uptown. So when a lot of people that say, when they say downtown, no love when rain and fall, why? They just answer myself, uptown, flood out.
Stick a pin right there, so my brother. Stick a pin right there, so let me make the people them know what we are talking about.
Jah have mercy on them souls. Let me hear some more. How could life be like this? When everyone should be giving thanks and praises. Oh Lord, see the farmer man love when the rain fall every day. Cause him crops are grow. The sporter man love when the sun shine every day. Cause him style a show. Downtown, no love when rain a fall. Uptown flood out. 8 million them spend on GoPro. And the flooding no end there. The wicked man love when him gun bust loud and clear. And him shots can't done. And the policeman love when him have a extra gun. The winner innocent get shot down. Downtown, no love when shot a bus. Rude boys and police. Cool out the rage of violence. and just keep the peace.
Yeah, time I run, so let we just do that.
Whoa. Yeah, because really and truly, even in the song, I just say, yo, why not speak about things that people love and things that people don't love, and you know what I mean?
Most
so
definitely.
It's like the farmer man love when the rain fall because him crops are grow, and the sporter man, him not really love when the rain fall. Him love when the sun shine because him style can show. Whether you take it Jamaican or internationally, in the winter people now have drop tops driving around and big bike with girls and battery riders and stuff. So we just say the sporter man love when the sun shine because him style can show. But downtown no love when rain fall because uptown flood out.
Mm-hmm.
I 8 million them spend on Oak Road and the flooding no end. So me I say the wicked man love when him got bust loud and clear. And him shots can done. And the policeman love when him have an extra gun, so when an innocent get shot down, maybe him can pin it on the innocent man and say, yo, I shoot out. Because that was really what is happening in that time.
Yes, sir.
Why I put that line in the song. So the song is quite controversial and I deal with all aspects, socially. So me I said, downtown I love when shot a bus, rude boys and police cool out the rage of violence and just keep the peace. Because when man a rain, could never be as terrible like when Jah rain. So a two rain me speak of this,
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if them know the spelling, R-A-I-N, and the next one with the G in it.
Mm-hmm. So yeah.
So are two different rain.
But you bring the story to life because you bring the situation to life in the music. That's why we have the message in the music show.
With metaphors and similes. Right, with metaphors and similes. And we use it. Come I say them sit in a chair and watch the island sail out. I sell them sell out the island, them sell GPS.
Yes, sir.
Which is a domestic utility. Them sell and National Water Commission, private sector own them parts there. And the telecommunication service is owned by private sectors. You know what I mean? And them sit in a chair and watch it. But Burning Spear sing My Island Don't Sell Out, and I used to wonder why he sing that song. And I learned that JPS used to pay the public, the people who work for the public, like nurses and police and firemen. And you sell something like that.
Yeah.
So
well, Buju don't tell us in the tune there. You remember the tune there from Buju, Country for Sale?
Country for Sale.
Yeah, that opened up a lot of people's eyes.
Yeah, Country for Sale. So basically, it's like these guys have plans, like them plan to go live somewhere else, like or farmer, prime minister, which him feel like some would have get out with the whole of Jamaican people money and just go live in France. The other day, I see him have an accident and him not even look like him knew himself. PJ Patterson, which sold JPS and sold so many other. I'm not afraid to speak when we're speaking because our fire burn hot.
Yes.
And the whole of them entity that sold out and then him set one situation. Right now, Jamaica pay 4 prime minister and 1 prime minister administrate for us. We are pay PJ, we are pay Portia, and we are pay, I think, Bruce Golding and the present prime minister, because PJ set a situation where if you retire or resign while you're a prime minister, you automatically get pension for the rest of your life, which is $5,000 per month. Now tell me if our economy can manage us something like that.
Not at all, sir.
And as we go along, our children is in debt to who? The beast.
Yeah.
So at them level, that's why people, true seekers would know Bushman, but the average person would know Bushman because many are called and chosen. Now, few
That's
of the things that we say, they don't want to publicize it because it's so true.
And what I love about Bushman as well, come here, follow you for the longest while, there is no compromise. The message has to be told. You're not.
It has to be. We have to speak about it. It has to go out there to the people. That's what I'm about. So, downtown, that's why even the last verse in downtown, I said, illiteracy makes the people search for only food for the belly and never make inquisitions on what ministers do with taxpayers' money. And downtown, I love when rain a fall. Uptown, flood out. Messaging of the music, world state is the next bad song. Say the world is in a state, and I know that the place where we're living in the world is tough. Me say me tired, and me fed up. And the way of the prices that things are go up. Everyone about say them broke, nothing now gone. And people can't get no work. The world is in a state, that's why I have to believe fire. The system they create is to manipulate. In this time we got to be your brother's keeper. Iron sharpen iron and one and watch the other. No time for quarrel, no more crab in a barrel. Tired to see my brother blood run like a sorrel. Let's turn a page, politician them against. The people can't survive off a minimum wage. Sit down a ledger while the people are suffer. Zion have no place for no slugger. The world is in a state, that's why I have to believe fire. The system they create, is to manipulate. Prime ministers and presidents give us invoice and statements. We demand to see where taxpayers' money is spent. The first, the second class, the labor and the boss. Those who sit in high chair and lick them wine glass. Makes no sense we fight crime and violence when poverty is the main influence, yes. Let's see the poor, educate the youth some more and make our future safe and secure. Cause the world is in a state, basically.
Absolutely.
That's how we burn the fire. You know what I mean? Yes,
Yes, couple shots for the one there. I'm talking about shots of appreciation. Trust me. The message is definitely... Yeah. So, brother, we've got like 40 seconds before the ad break. You're going to stay with us and we're going to come back on the other side and draw some tune and have a conversation. Yes, and big up all of the people that are messaging in right now. The messages are coming in high. Big up Sister Heather Mack in the place. And big up Sister Lisa Smith, Sister Kim, Brother Nate, the lyricist. All of them are locked in and they're loving the show tonight, brother. So yeah, we're going to keep it locked, family. And we're going to be back with more Bushman just after the ad breaks. So keep it locked and go get yourself a drink or something like that. Brother Bushman, you're good?
Yeah, man, I'm good.
All right, we'll be back in 3 minutes. All right then. 3 minutes, brother.
Mark Simpson.
Colourful Radio.
Accurate. This is Kabaka Pyramid, and right now you're listening to the message in the music with the one and only Culture Mark. I would say Black History Studies is a must at all times. Accurate. So that's it.
Conquering Lion of Judah. Oh well. Conquering Lion of Judah, Culture Mark. I say you conquer them. Hey, I say you conquer them. Oh, blessed love, it's in I man Bushman, and right now you got it locked with Culture Mark on Colourful Radio. Yo, don't move your dial. Oh well, the conquer. Hey yo, people, a lot of questions to ask, a lot of questions to answer. You see what I'm saying? Oh yes, it's crazy out there. Oh God, kids having babies out there. Oh God, tell me if you're feeling no gravity in this impoverished society. Double standard without no equity. Repercussions in a triple tragedy now. So I want you tell me how you're living. I want the people tell me how you're living it now. People tell me how you're living. And tell me if you're happy how you're living it now. Whoa, ain't no betterment under this your crocodile government. You no see the dollars, them no make no sense. want some attack. I want the people tell me how you living. Americans tell me how you living it now. People tell me how you living. Europeans tell me how you living it now. Yo, it's too crazy out there.
Big up Sister Yvonne, keep it locked. Sister Shakira, keep it locked.
Driver them feel live it up.
Kes, big up.
All the preachers and the pastors them feel live it up. The police and the teachers them feel live it up. The dance and politicians, how want you live it up?
Sister Sabrina.
Them space and make them grow up. Give them the tools, send them to school, cause knowledge can't be too much. Opportunity the youths can't get enough. And the lifestyle is so unscrupulous. How with the youths them get so much big guns to bust it up. And the crime rate keep on rising up. New rules and new styles, you fi pick it up, yo. I want the people tell me how you living. Jamaicans tell me how you living it now. Americans tell me how you living, yeah. Europeans tell me how you living it now. Caribbean tell me how you living.
I tell ya.
Africans tell me how you living it now.
Oh man.
Life is so funny, hey. The people can't survive without no money, yo. Better we do some farming. Them fi legalize the thing and make we plant it. Create more jobs for the youths, them. Build a better future for the children, them. I want the people tell me.
I'm telling ya.
People tell me how you living it now. I want the people tell me how you living. I want you tell me how you living. If you happy how you living. People tell me how you living it now. Whoa, life is so funny.
My brother.
Can't survive without no money.
All right. Yes, sir. And we're back live and direct. You heard it there. Brother Bushman vibes out there while the tune was playing. And I'm telling you, I'm trying to get through all of the names that came through during the break to say, yeah, big up. They're loving the show. They're loving the vibrations. Big up, Sister Vanessa. Enough respect to you, my empress. You are one in a million. It is all good, my brother. So let's just get straight back into it. That is from my favorite album right now, you know, so Conquering Lion. And there's so much other tracks I could have played, but we don't have the time. So that was one of the tracks on the album that I really, really love. So you have to tell us about that message there, that message in the music, please.
All right, what you know, because you see how you living now, that statement, you know, is like, according to the changes where we see in our earth for the last decade, you know, the global warming, we see the water table rise, you know what I mean? And constantly we're learning about the Arctic Ocean and big parts of ice keep melting. So the whole flooding energy where we have seen in Australia and parts of India and other parts of the world over the years, we know that the water table is really rising. Then now, the rampant disposal of plastics in the sea and land, and it starts to affect the livelihood of the fishes in the sea, and it affects us automatically.
Absolutely.
We haven't started seeing it yet, but it's coming. So this is why we make the statement asking people how you living after these hard day of 9 to 5 work, coming home to family and things, and still have other problems to deal with. You know what I mean? And I always comment socially on the things that affect us as people. So, you know, me I ask, how you living in this impoverished society? You know, double standard at times like a whole long take away, because guess what? When the government takes from you, it's taxation, you know. But when the bad man take from you by force, it's extortion. So the pretty word for the government is taxation. But them don't want it to look like a extortion. Now, if we had check history and a check back all King Arthur and the whole of them, show the way see 300 and the whole of them show the you would see where taxation starts from. 2 or 3 family come together and the family start grow so it becomes a community. And then you see the Queen soldier come in and I say, yo, now if you start pay taxes, you burn them on a place, you know, kill the whole on a cow them and the whole on a goat them and anything there, you know. By force, you call it taxation. But when the so-called terrorists take by force, it's what? Extortion.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So, how you living is just ask the people how we are cope under the system with them create for us. Because if we live by the laws of God, you know, we live more comfortable, more than living by the laws of men. You know, I say, oh, life's so funny, people can't survive without money. Not sure all of them people the way would have claimed so they have to serve and protect us. Like me, I say, me ask the taxi driver them to live it up. The preachers and the pastors them to live it up. Because a preacher is different from a pastor, and I want people to know that, you know. The police and the soldier, the bands and the politician live it up. What me say to them, give the juveniles space and make them grow up, give them the tools, send them to school, because knowledge can't be too much. Knowledge is power.
But only when applied.
Right. But according to what is enforced on a brain when it's so young, you know, because remember, you know, what you absorb from age 1 until 12 depicts who you're going to be, determines what you're going to be in life.
Yes, sir.
So when all the little sperm do a daddy get all the youth and him now visit the youth or nothing, and him get the youth when the youth have reached 12 and 13 and feel like he can't grow that youth. No, you're wrong. Because if you wasn't in that child's life before age 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, you have a problem because the tree gets old now and you can't bend it. You have to chop it down.
Yes, sir.
Decide. So because a lot of people not even notice, you know, biblically say, if you notice when time the Most High start govern, as them call him Christ, he start govern at age 13, 12, don't. And His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile King Selassie did a govern RR at age 12, 13 too. So there and then one would see that at age 12, 13, you're supposed to learn all of the basics.
Yeah, if I make it
true. To
true.
bring it through life.
Yeah.
Right, Rastafari.
Yes, sir.
Rastafari. So how you living? You happy how you living? When you do the math, because at the end of the day, you know, a number. So when you do the math and you don't do your calculation and your equation, you happy how you living?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's why I love that track there. There's another track on the album. Let's just give them a snippet of it that I really love as well, and then we can come back and talk about this one. Family, keep the messages coming in 07931 142 755 or the other numbers that you have for me. Just drop the messages and we'll keep it moving. Brother Bushman, we're going to talk about this one when you come back. Listen, the message.
Rasta.
Ali Record.
Look ya, my world, yo. See there, be careful who you entertain. Some of them are picture frame. No playing God, the lion can't tame. Oh, evil can evil. Tell you say you can't trust people. Them come round whenever them need you. When them need you, them too deceitful. You can't trust people. No way, them too deceitful. Them come round whenever them need you. Roll on, evil can evil. Nothing not change at the same way them Satan. Them love to worship Satan. Pray for a man, night and day for a man. Them know why you leave stage one. Them we sit down and eat with you. Laugh and skin up them teeth with you. But as you turn your back, them sit down and a chat. And a troop on your name like a rat. Evil can evil. Tell you say you can't trust people. Them come round whenever them need you. When them need you. Them too deceitful. You can't trust people. No way. Them too deceitful. Them come round whenever them need you. Hold on. Like evil can evil. Hey, yo. Graphics, can artists. One like them are the smartest. Step up with
Sorry,
the
can't pull it, can't pull it.
Me there and I smoke some chronic rasta. Come here with them eye full of matter. Never have nothing to offer. Always see something where them after. Them are evil can evil. Tell you say you can't trust people. Them come round whenever them need you. When them need you, them too deceitful. You can't trust people. No way. Them too deceitful. Them come round whenever them need you. Hold on like a little weeble. Yeah, me no want no friend, give me family. Friend live too close to enemy. And them we gang up and clan up, you be strong up and man up. We see where the hypocrites plan up. Tell you the truth and it might sound terrible. Break down friends in a syllable. F-R-I fry E-N-D-N. You me fry you to the end and overpower you. Evil can evil. Tell you say you can't trust people. Them come round whenever them need you. When them need you, them too deceitful. You can't trust people. No way. Them too deceitful.
Fantastic sounds of Mr. Bushman. Mr. Bushman is in the house. Mr. Bushman is definitely in the house. Brother, let's just do that. And yeah, that's coming out of Trinidad, I've been told. It's your reggae music universal.
LA Records, you know.
Yes, sir. So let's go into that one.
We love the ones them out of Trinidad. Hey, let me tell you, you see, really, you know, it's the Americas, you know. The Caribbean is called the Americas.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And to divide is to rule, to divide us and call us cans. Like Trinidadians and Jamaicans and Americans and cans and pros and cans.
Mm-hmm.
It's a division, but we are us in ourselves to know, say, we are one people. Like, it's funny to me when we come to England and hear all a black man, I say, "Whoa, the African, them are going like, say them dumb." So me, I say, "Yawa." The African, them, Yawa. Yeah, Jamaican start, so what? Yawa. Anyway, Evil Can Evil. Rasta, mighty. So Evil Can Evil is a song now where a lot of people can really relate to Evil Can Evil. I mean, I remember having this mentor, he passed away. When I got the break, when really boss now, him said, "Your boss, you happy?" He said, "Yeah, man, what you mean?" Him said, "Well, you see this name Bushman, 3 things it can do. It can make you, it can break you, and it can cost you." You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So at times, you know, a lot of times, you know, not just like from my point of view, but from other people who are progressive and successful point of view, where you would never see a person to his needs or wants. And that person would never check if your needs and wants are being taken care of, even though that person cannot take care of your wants and needs, but that person would never check if your well-being is properly taken care of. One boss, how you feel? Call you 2 times and check up on you. But when you're in needs, that's when you hear him. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And there and then now, if you notice, the last verse defines who a friend is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you break down friend into the 2 parts, that it is really in, because a guy who might want to say fry is not a word, but fry is a syllable where you put in front there. You see me?
Yes.
And you put fry in front end and get fry and get friend. And you put fry in front there and get Friday. You know what I mean? So you break down friends in a syllable, F-R-I fry, E-N-D end, and then we fry it to the end, because remember at times, you know, the person who is distant from you cannot hurt you. Only your closest friend can hurt you, because at times your closest friend know your deepest secret and your deepest weakness. You over?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So this is why Bob still can't come say, only your friend know your secret and only he can reveal it. Your enemy can be your best friend, and your best friend your worst enemy. Because over the years you have seen that a lot of time when kingdoms are created and they are going to fall, it's not external, it's internal. I always want informer, I want inside man. Bring the greatest weakness or the greatest secret outside. That's the outside that can't come defeat the kingdom. Don't. So at times are the closest person to you are the downfall. Evil can evil, man.
Most definitely. All right, listen.
Mighty.
Let me just do this. I need to do this because the people need to know that all what Brother Bushman is saying now is on the album. The album is called Conquering Lion. The album's it's just
Conquering Lion.
Yeah, it's what? How old is it now, brother?
The album is about almost 2 years old now.
All right.
But you know, this album, you know, it's independent. It's produced by Burning Bush's music, you know. So we're independent. We're not a Sony Records and or what. So
there you go.
We have pushed this album till thy kingdom.
That's right.
Because we have been pushing our albums ever since. We have been pushing Total Commitment, Nyaman chant. We sing these songs everywhere we go. See the Nyaman, the Bingy man, a chant. I knew what love can do. It can cut to you out like a knife. The whole of them albums that we've been pushing. And these albums are produced by other producers. So why not push my own production that I produce for myself, Conquering Lion? You know what I'm saying? Which, you know, by saying this, would I love you for just play a little snippets of the introduction, which Charlie Chaplin, this is one part of the album I mean love so much.
Right.
Charlie Chaplin, the actor, which you know this man in a film acting.
Never speak a word yet.
Audio. Never speak a word. So when the man open their mouth to speak, you have to listen attentively.
Right.
And listen when I say, if what I say not have to do with what is happening today in the world because of greed and gluttonous and people who just this 1% we just want the world for themselves. Now tell me something, my lad. Is Bill Gates a doctor?
Well, hear me.
And
yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
The World Health Organization. When you check the abbreviation of the World Health Organization.
Sorry, who?
O is pronounced
who?
WHO.
Who?
So you see the big question sign within this COVID-19 and this thing called vaccine. My goodness.
My brother.
See that thing there for me and you see
stick up
exactly where I'm
stick
going.
up in right there. So this is taken from the title of the title track of the album. It's called Conquering Lion, and this is the first track actually called Conquering Lion. But listen to the message in the music.
I'm sorry. I don't want to be an emperor. That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this world there's room for everyone, and the good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life could be free and beautiful. But we have lost the way. Greed has poisoned men's souls, has barricaded the world with hate, has goose-stepped us into misery and bloodshed. We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much, feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost. The aeroplane and the radio have brought us closer together. The very nature of these inventions cries out for the goodness in men, cries out for universal brotherhood, for the unity of us all. Even now, my voice is reaching millions throughout the world. Millions of despairing men, women, and little children, victims of a system that makes men torture and imprison innocent people. To those who can hear me, I say, do not despair, do not despair, do not despair.
Conquering Lion of Judah. Yeah. Oh Lord, Jah come now, Rastafari. Say your kingdom come now. Yeah, Lord. Jah come now. Yeah. The conquering Lion is here to break every chain. False rulers without morality, you're counseling with prejudices and constantly making us your victim. And you show no love for the poor, applying pressure more and more. Never care for the people's concern. So in our flames and fire you will burn, 'cause you're coming with a new day. Terrible to man and pagan, none can escape when your fire start to kindle and the earth start shake. Oh gosh, the conquering Lion is here.
This is Colourful Radio.
Break every chain.
My brother, we're gonna cut that one short and bring you right back in because we need to talk, my brother. Where did you find that? Where did you find that Charlie Chaplin? Jeez.
We I tell you because we are true seeker, and at times even my social media, we don't really like certain things. So as we see certain things from our media, we are go to the edge and we are go make them aware, so we don't want them things up on our platform. So we always get soul food and all them things there. So it was sent to me by a person, and then this virgin will make mixtape named Askel now, a little youth when I grow. Me hear him play a mixtape, and at that time I use introduce it, and I say, Askel, me need that. Don't put that on the mixtape. I need it for my album. Because it has speak everything with the album, the concept of the album, even a song called Cynicism. You the man I say, certain machine and certain things, certain level where man reach now, and scientists and them people reach it, make us get cynical in general. You see me, so we have a song named Cynicism on the album where I say, society is building a way where trees don't grow, babes don't born, where rivers flow. So we're living with the worst of my kind, corrupted heart and psychopathic minds. When will they see me? That's why the leaders go to war. I see the people suffer. What's on their end? What will they acquire? And it's a shame. It's a shame. It's a shame. My people feel pain. Real. We can't sing nothing else, The only thing I can sing, the only thing we can do is to represent my people and speak of the issues that we face daily, constantly. So when we get this Charlie Chaplin energy, I say, but watch this man, this man, I never talking and none of him movie them. And this man, this speech.
That's why them shut him up.
We just have to take peace out of it because this man is crazy. This man reach mad.
Yeah.
And my mad is mentally advanced diplomatically. This man is mad. This man is mentally advanced diplomatically. And that is my mad.
Wicked.
Because when you tell me me insane, I want to be insane, you know, because I don't want to be outsane. I want to be in my sanity.
Mm-hmm.
So if you talk about words and the manipulation of this English language, which is just about 400 years old, which we know that 20 language put together creates the English language, and the backbone of the English language is Latin. You know what I mean? So basically, we know say these prefixes are some part of the grammatical English concept where change words, you put them before words and you change them. Like understand, misunderstanding, and possible, impossible, and believe, unbelievable. I do believe though. And you know what I mean? All of these prefixes, so that talk about pros and cons, like professional professors and these guys in the labs and things, trying to con us through contraceptics and conspiring in labs, trying to give us vaccines and stuff like that. So it's just a set of pros and cons.
Yeah, in a conservative way. See that?
Properly. That is the concept.
Yeah,
you see? Because they would always use the media to convince the people within for them own conflict of interest.
Talk it, brother, talk it.
So at the judgment, you know, in our earth, you know, and it have a bus, you know, and the people now need each other more than ever, you know. So we not see race, we not see class, we not see color. Because them are trying to divide the people, them, you know. You notice in America how these cops are dealing with the black people, them like them want to create this racial tension. I just said, you sing a tune for Live for Life, you know. Me I say, this morning, a brother get shot by unknown assailants, fully armed and strapped. One in the face, leaving lying on the back. We were shouting out, somebody call the cops. We not heard the news, I was so shocked. Because we were reasoning earlier on up on the block. And him tell me, I go cook a little pot. So my little brother, him no come back. A innocent murder. When will this stop? White a kill black, a kill black. Innocent murder. When will this stop? Copper kill black, a kill black. Innocent murder. I like to use them to free. Not jailhouse, not cemetery.
Absolutely.
So
brother.
these are things that we can sing about every day, you know what I mean? And this is a thing where we see happen, like my brethren, them dip on the end, and a man just gonna slap one of them, and the rest of them have to scatter for them life. I mean, I say, when will this stop? You see it? Come here, in the second verse, me I say, them come around with political strife. Treat the youth with color, cause the youth no color blind. Strap them with the case, them on the knife. Send them out the road, tell them to run the borderline. When the youth will get in prison all the time, nobody no show up, not a one visit, nobody no pay no mind. No, them realize them cast them, praise them to the swine. I mean, I want them about this thing long time. Innocent murder. You dig?
Yes, brother.
I don't think that.
Yeah.
I don't think that.
And because...
I don't think that, so, you know...
Yeah. I was going to say, because the music is universal, like you said, you can be a voice for the people that been shouting and nobody can hear them. And you can also spread the message globally, because music is universal. You can go to some places that never, ever been out of their environment, but them still know reggae music. Them still know Bob Marley. There you go. There you go.
Rastafari. So, you know, saying this to say that Conquering Lion is a beautiful album. We urge people to just go out on the platform.
Most definitely.
If you can't even buy the full album, you just download the tracks that we love. Buy the tracks that we love. And I think them pass.
Yeah, and make sure you pass it on. They need to pass on, because
You know?
Yeah.
And make sure you pass on. And you don't know my social media, you know. Original underscore Bushman, because you have to underscore a Bushman, you know, because a Bushman is quite different from the average. You know what I mean? So original underscore Bushman. And you know, our Twitter is Nyaman Bushman. And our YouTube channel is Nyaman Bushman. And you know, Vivo, we still urge the people to go and subscribe to the YouTube channel because we're going to have a lot of things coming out in the new year about our parish, about Paul Bogle and the rebellion, about where our parish sits now. We don't have a clock. We are one of the only parish without a clock. The last statistics have shown that the eastern parishes are the poorest. St. Mary and St. Thomas in Portland are the poorest parishes.
They punish them from way back
then. I don't know why. We ain't got no stoplights in St. Thomas, and we ain't got a clock. And since the Paul Bogle statue was damaged by this brethren with them say mad, which I think is mentally advanced diplomatically, he said that that statue wasn't really the Paul Bogle statue. It was Bagan Bogle, which is Paul Bogle's cousin, right? So the statue wasn't put back in place, and the courthouse, the original courthouse, burned down where the rebellion go on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And things. And the whole energy, so we want people to get an insight of how we live in. Bushman himself.
Because it was the great Paul Bogle. Sorry to cut you, my brother. It was the great Paul Bogle that actually ended the enslavement in the Caribbean with the rebellion.
In the Caribbean, with the rebellion.
Yeah.
And if you notice, third world sing about, a lot of people don't know that 96 degrees. 96 degrees in the shade, real hot, whoa, yeah, in the shade. Enough people don't know that song is a Paul Bogle third world I sing about. You know that song?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People don't know that, but you know what I mean? So we are going to bring insights from the parish itself. I mean, the Goodyear factory, I mean, we have seen Jamaica's economy in devastation for a while. We have seen the factories running away from this economy. And then there are Trinidad. If you look on the specs of the Caribbean, Trinidad is the greenest when it comes to production and the economy and how the economy is set up. So, because Goodyear divest, it went to Trinidad. Cravenly, even though I burn cigarette, I don't deal with cigarette smoking and things, but the master blend Cravenly was in Jamaica and they went to Trinidad. Nestle went to Trinidad. You know what I mean? Fruit of the Looms used to assemble in Yallas, St. Thomas. It's not there no more. Grace still do them look a canning and tin in a St. Thomas, in our way. There was a perfume factory there. So what them people have to know, the main means of employment in St. Thomas is cashiering. Whether you're going to drive a taxi for someone, or you're going to work in a Western Union, you're going to work in a cash pot place, or you're going to be one of them cashiers at the supermarket, or you're going to be a secretary, which still collects the lawyer or the dentist or who serves money. You're still a cashier. So basically, that's the main means of employment in St. Thomas. You know what I mean?
Yes,
we have seen the sugar factory divested. The European Union come take it over just in already, and I don't know what the hell is going on. Now this brethren come at St. Thomas with this great idea, which we bring to the government, and the government turn a blind eye to it, which we've seen the infestation of plastics, which for me now, Jamaica, I try to claim that them eliminate plastics, so there's no scandal bag that's being served at the supermarkets no more. No more, I say.
Yeah.
And so on and so forth. But this brethren wanted to recycle plastic to make propane gas. Now, recycling the plastic to make the propane gas is so beautiful because you recycle the plastic and also you just burn it. It'll come back in a gas for a purpose. It can run cars. And the brethren put it to Money Musk, which is the next sugar company in Clarendon. When I show them say they would spend at least $8 billion on petrol for the year, and you can make them save half of that by using propane gas, which is recycled from plastic, and then turn him down. He went to Trinidad, and his business is quite successful in Trinidad right now. So what are we doing? What are we doing? You know what I say? So we have a whole heap of things to sing about, we have a whole heap of things to elaborate about. And we are live for people, and we don't care what them want to do. But we have to make people aware. And we see them do a breakdown now them want to give some Chinese people rights to mine in the Coptic country. So if you mine in the Coptic, what you want? No more rain up to fall at Jamaica be? I rainforest you want earth?
Stick up in there, brother. We got some questions. We got some comments from the people that are messaging me. Sister Sandra said, you are such an intelligent and wisdom brother. Give thanks, brother Bushman. And Sister Paula asked the question, what would you be doing right now if it wasn't for your music career? What would you be doing if you wasn't doing music? Because some people I say you should have become a teacher.
Yeah. Well, you know, one of the things is that knowledge is power. I am aware of that. And going to school, drama was one of my things. So I don't know if I would have become a teacher or would end up on a pedestal. Probably I'd do something quite like this that is positive. Because for me, it's like, me I want youth to grow up the whole way where we learn to find it no good, we not cherish it. So, like for me, if one would have noticed it, in the whole passionate, emotional situation at Rebel Salute, if you listen to my speech and not listen to me crying, then you would hear exactly where my head space is and the realms where I look at life and how things are. You know what I mean?
Yes, I am.
And one of the things that I believe in is not to push your personal mandate on people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you talk it. Who want to hear will hear, and who no hear will feel.
Right.
Yeah.
Will feel. You know what I mean? So I just straight go. I throw my car in the door. I'm in a car no fault. You know what I mean? Right. Basically like that. So I mean, like to me, one of the greatest way to teach, you know, is when you reach tertiary, you know, where one would just send you on a research, and when you come back with what you find and you elaborate to the class, them not put you down, because even the teacher, him or herself, learned something from your research.
That's right.
So it's not a dictation is happening there now. You're automatically taking the steering in your hand and driving. So we want the youth them to know to, you know, out there, you know, right now, you know, say the opportunities that are there, he or she should make the most of it. You know what I mean? Because knowledge is power.
Yes, sir.
And even for England, it's so beautiful where one can go to school and get help to go to school. You know what I'm saying?
But education is
from my experience. So if you get to go to school with help, financial help, or how the help set up.
Yeah.
You know how England's here. We all know how England is, regardless of the situation we face with our color and our class and our race. But the chances that we get, if we make the most of it, we're unstoppable as a people.
All right, stick up in, brother, because we have just over 16 minutes remaining, and I want to play this tune, and we're going to come back and talk about this tune quickly. It's not from... it's not from the album, but this tune, I first heard you perform this tune at Rotterdam a couple years back when you came on the show the last time, and when I heard it, miss a hit. Listen, family, the messages in the music. Keep the messages coming. 07931142755, 07951234233. The messages in the music, family. Listen.
Yes. You got to stand for something, or you fall for everything. Hey, see, say when me I say, but love no one for you. When me I say, but me I say, cause it have to say. Yeah, say when me I say, but love no one for you. When me I say, but me I say, cause it have to say. See, I'd have to cry for them to feel me. Yes, things that I have seen, I know it grieves me. No, it's playing on the radio, can't believe it. No, and it no make no sense. You try to beep it. Yeah, ways. All on social media, be a follower and a very few leader. Little juvenile, them a box down teacher. All me granny posting her personal life every day. Things where people do forget likes. Blagger them a send link for you subscribe. Propaganda sells so the media tell lies. It's like no good we could no publicize. But man I say when me I say because me have to say when me I say but of the one for hear when me I say. Hey, say when me I say but of the one for hear when me I say but me I say it as it have to say. Yeah, say when me I say of the one for hear when me I say but me I say it as it have to say. Say when me I say but of the one for hear when me I say but me I say it as it have to say. It's a disgrace, the black race have bleached them face. And the juvenile them not keep them pants by them waist. Sit down pan corner and screw it a bag of tattoo and nothing to do. Government and system fracture. Security minister them don't got no answer.
Now the crime rate is on the rise. Tell me how the hell will the people survive, Lord? And tell me how to spend nobody give the people them what they want.
What they want.
Give them music with substance, that's what they need. Whoa, man, I say when me I say, but not so what for you when me I say, but me I say it's cause it have to say, yeah.
My brother, we
notice we
go.
Constantly elaborate on the crime rate, you know, because watch this now. You know, hear what me I say. As we say, we just say it like it is, you know?
Yeah.
One thing where I heard Jamaica right now is the standard of music. How it's being played on the broadcasting corporation, airwaves. You know what I mean? I remember 2 to 6 Super Mix with Barry G when if a song profane or don't not fit for earplay, when you hear the big bomb drop and you go, you don't hear that song on radio no more. You know what I mean? You go to the allocated places or designated places that these songs are being played where adults go to listen to these songs. Nowadays, if you listen in a Rebel Salute, emotional energy, me I make them know that the way how the music is being projected on the nation is not great because you hear these music on the airwaves and they're trying to beep it according to what I'm saying in here when I say it's playing on the radio, I can't believe it and it make no sense to try to beep it. You know what I mean? Because we are learning a thing called multiple, what do you call it? Wherein you put 5 words up there and you put a paragraph down there and blank spaces where we would put these adjectives or these adverbs in. Okay? So we learn to fill the blank spaces from where youth. The boy dashed to school. Where we move aggressively towards whatever. He moved swiftly. All these blank spaces, we learn to fill them. So these blank spaces, the kids will fill it. Also, on corner shops, public transportation, the kind of music that's being played and the way it's being projected on the people. Not everybody want to hear them kind of music in general. So them things are the things where we have to comment about. All on social media, be a follower and a very few leader, like a juvenile, them a box down teacher, my granny posting her personal life.
Every day.
People don't know what personal again, you know. Some things where people post, you have to wonder if they're really aware of what is really personal, what should be posted. Some things when we see people make them kids do, just to post it to get likes.
Yeah.
I'm like, who is behind this camera? It's the somebody where they're behind this camera are real much as a video they support it. I mean, people would literally see you dying and I try video you for post that instead of trying to make a call with that phone to get an ambulance or something to get some help for you. Where is the mindset of people nowadays? You know, where are we going? Are we heading in the right direction? When will we realize? Is when it hit the iceberg like Titanic? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. So the question is then, how do you feel the internet has impacted on the music business? And there's lots of messages coming in. Sister said, listen, man already teaching and reaching the crowd. This is the radio class. Bushman, attack it, present and past. One love, brother. Big up, sister. Lady Rhymes sent that message in. So, yeah.
All right. And if you notice that the woman them come and tell you, the hand that rocks the cradle rocks the world.
Yes, sir.
So I tell the man them say, stop, be a sperm donor and reach out to mama and be around mama to strengthen mama, because for too long mama has been on her own. And when we say mama, we are speak both Mother Earth and mama for life. You know what I mean? Yes, mama was travel for 9 months. You know what I mean? And the question where you don't ask now, where I'm going to get the question and they don't answer it. You can ask it again one more time.
The question,
you know, remember?
No, I remember the question. The question is, again, how do you feel the internet has impacted on the music business?
Right. All right, watch this now. There are great things about the internet. Everything of the good and it bad, because it started with computer. All right, right now, here where we do now. Anybody can pick up an interface now on a computer and say he's a producer, and then you have some people now who say my artists where them not even have the artwork to start work. You know what I mean?
That's a lyric in itself, my brother.
Yeah, well, me have a tune where say it's an artwork from your start work and a one bag of talk work. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
But a lot of people don't even have the artwork to start work, but the beauty of Pro Tools now and Auto-Tune and stuff can really edit you and make you sound almost like you're ready, as opposed to us going to studio and doing numerous auditions and a guy out there say, you're not ready yet, check it back the next 3 months. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Which really build an energy and make you really want to get sharp and really want to get to your craft much more and be much more crafty within your craft, because it's an art and craft. And it's an artwork from your start work. So basically now, it goes back to the internet work now, which is great, as opposed to the middlemen who used to be around now, eating all the food, and the artists end up with none. We have seen so many great artists die and without even money to.
Yeah,
you see me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So some of the changes is that the middleman, you know, a lot of studio park, a lot of big studio park, because the middleman they kind of bypass.
Yeah, because the youth them are innovate. The youth them are innovate.
Yeah, the Applus and the youth, the iTunes and the Zoojak worldwide distribution and the whole energy can make a independent producer really do some work and really put it out and feel good in himself. You know, there's not a middleman and he speaks to the distributor himself.
Yes, sir. Let me just stop you right there, sir, because we have 7.5 minutes remaining, and I want to get to the to your new track, the new single that's coming out. But before that, Sister Barbara just asked a question. May I ask it, because it's a funny question, but it's not a funny question. It's a good question, because she said, Culture Mark, which is me, you're into spreading the messages in the music, and she's talking about my current track, I See You. So the question is, when is Culture Mark and Bushman going to collaborate? We're going to have to start that one next time. Let's go to the track, brother.
Them thing gonna add for the don't.
Yeah, you don't even need to leave me out again. We just email you.
Just email and download.
All right.
Record and email.
Sister Barbara, we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna make it happen, brother Bushman. But before we do that, we're gonna have to do this. Listen, the message is in the music.
Oh yes, yes, yes. Jah will never deceive me.
The brand new single, family. Listen, the message is in the music. I believe.
Though it's hard to be, man, still I carry Jah load, even though it's a heavy load. Load is rough, but I'm still holding on. Temptations may come my way, trying to break my flow, but I'm still holding on. fortune from this, but they won't prevail. 'Cause when it is your time to rise and shine, no one stands in your way. Tell me who can stop the ends of time when the future's in display. I believe sun's gonna shine for me one day. I believe sun's gonna shine for me one day. Jah is my source. When the evil come round him with force, he will never deceive me. He will always protect me. When the evil come round me with force, he will break us under all the teeth of plunder. He'll destroy my enemies. He'll deliver me from the adversaries that seek to see me fall.